From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home. Because the critical thing we must do to stop the disease spreading between households. That is why people will only be allowed to leave their home for the following very limited purposes. Shopping for basic necessities as infrequently as possible. One form of exercise a day, for example, a run, walk or cycle, alone or with members of your household. Any medical need to provide care or to help a vulnerable person, and travelling to and from work, but only where this is absolutely necessary and cannot be done from home. That's all.
How about smart, hard-working, conscientious lady looking for a partner? Oh no, it says I'm going for a job interview. What about sophisticated, stylish, intelligent woman looking for her very own Brian Cox to have conversations about the meaning of life? Boring. No, maybe a bit flirty. Okay, not like me, but anyway. Fun, loving, sassy, good time girl looking for similar. Oh, no, that's not me. No. Just say it as it is. Single, lonely, looking for friendship, love a possibility.
Well, this should be easy. Man seeks woman for friendship and possibly, well, doesn't smoke, owns bike. That should do it.
I'm speaking to you at what I know is an increasingly challenging time. A time of disruption in the life of our country. A disruption that has brought grief to some, financial difficulties to many, and enormous changes to the daily lives of us all.
So just breaking news coming into us within the past few seconds. The Prime Minister has been under the care of doctors in a hospital in London, and he is being now admitted into intensive care with those persistent symptoms of coronavirus. He has been in hospital since Sunday.
Hello?
Is my mic on?
Is that on? You're on mute.
Sorry, I can see.
You're on mute. I can't hear you.
Oh,
I can't hear
sorry,
you.
can you hear me?
I can't.
Can you hear me now?
Switch it on properly. I can't hear you.
Oh, press the button.
I can't.
Sorry.
No, there you are.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you are. I can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah. No, you go. You go.
Okay. Hello, Kirk.
Hello. You must be Delia.
Yes, that's me.
Hello.
This is odd, isn't it?
Yes. I've been shut in my house for a few weeks now. How are you doing?
Oh, same here. Yeah, but fine, thank you.
So, I thought internet dating. I'd write to them. I've been meaning to do it for a little while actually. Never really had this much time on my hands before. So this is my first time on this, not having a date. I've had those before. Actually, not for a long time, but real ones, not like like this. I'm rambling a bit, aren't I?
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
that's fine, Kirk. Same here, really. I've been thinking about it for some time, and I've been furloughed, so for all this extra time I thought, why not?
Yeah, so I'm sorry to hear that. I'm still working, but I'm on reduced hours, though. What do you do, Delia?
Oh, I'm an archivist at a museum. I look after all the documents and the pieces, you know, for the collections. And seeing as the museum is closed at the moment, furloughed, I had all this time. So, yeah, what about you?
Oh, I'm a software programmer. I program games for gambling websites mainly. I don't gamble. I'm not allowed, actually. But I wouldn't anyway. I don't like it. But it looks like bingo or fruit machines, but online.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Oh, no, not really. The gambling websites are programmed to win most of the time. I design it that way. People think it's random, but it really isn't. I design it like that. The odds are stacked against the player. I don't know why people play. They will lose in the end. You're better off playing roulette or blackjack. The odds are very slightly in favour of the casino that way. So you'll lose, but you'll lose more slowly that way. Have you ever played one?
No, I've never played a fruit machine, not even a real one. I've never really understood them, to be honest. You put your money in, flashing lights, press a button, ting, 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 it's all over. It's an unusual name.
Fruit machine?
No, Kirk.
Well, you see, my mum was a big movie fan.
Oh, so you're named after Kirk Douglas?
I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus.
Sorry, I thought you said your name was Kirk.
No, it's a line from the film.
Oh, which one?
Spartacus.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Well, it's a very famous Kirk Douglas film. He won an Oscar for it, I think. He was a slave who rose up against the Romans.
Oh, so you're named after him?
No. Everyone thinks that, but I'm named after another actor called Kirk Allen. Now, he played Superman in the 1950s.
Oh, I know Superman.
You won't know this one. He's quite obscure. Your name, Delia, quite unusual too. Chef lady, or is it an old family name? Auntie, grandparent?
My full name is Cordelia. My father was an English professor. Cordelia is one of King Lear's daughters, Shakespeare. All my siblings are named after Shakespeare characters.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, what are the other names then?
Well, my two sisters are named Ophelia and Rosalind, and my two brothers are Romeo and Bottom.
Oh, well, that is quite unusual.
Joking.
Oh, that's very funny. You're very funny, Delia.
I must admit I have told that joke a few times over the years. No, it's all true, apart from the bottom bit.
Right.
His name is actually Tybalt.
Oh.
Which is probably worse,
Yeah.
actually, isn't it?
Mm.
Yes. Yeah, we all had Shakespeare drilled into us as children.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't really get on with Shakespeare much. We did a little bit at school. I didn't really understand it because they gave you a book to explain the book you were already reading. I never really understood it, I'm afraid.
Right. That's our 5 minutes up, isn't it? They said it was a good idea to just start with 5 minutes the first time, you know, like a speed date.
Yeah, they did.
Well, my toast is done now.
I paused the game.
I suppose we need to decide whether we want to chat for longer then.
Well, you did make me laugh, and I've got programming jokes I could tell you.
Really?
No,
Well, I'm free next week.
I'm free every evening.
Same time then, next
Yes.
week?
Yes, let's do that.
Bye, Kirk.
Be very realistic that if people are hoping that it's suddenly going to move from where we are now in lockdown suddenly into everything's gone, that is a wholly unrealistic expectation. We're going to have to do a lot of things for really quite a long period of time. The question is, what is the best package? And this.
And here he comes, Captain Tom Moore, approaching his 100th birthday, 100 laps of his garden during lockdown. All of the money going to NHS charities, a guard of honour from the 1st Battalion, the Yorkshire Regiment. Inches to go, and there he is. Congratulations. Well done. Absolutely amazing, amazing.
It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Ah, very good, Kirk. Doing your Shakespeare homework. How's your week been?
Yeah, all right. Bit of programming, and I'm doing a new hobby online at the moment.
Oh, what are you studying?
Drawing, pencil drawing mainly, and some watercolours too. I used to do it at school quite a lot. I wasn't too bad, so I thought I'd brush up a bit. See what I did there?
Brush up your Shakespeare?
What?
Kiss me, Kate.
Is there someone with you? Who is it? Is it Kate?
No, it's a musical. Never mind. No, I thought about doing some online studying too, but I've not really got around to it. Oh, but I have done some online fitness classes and some cookery, but I've had some trouble getting some of the ingredients. Too specialist, I think.
Oh, like what?
Flour and eggs.
Oh.
It's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to get any.
Yeah. Actually, is that a different room you're in this time?
Oh, yes. Last week it was the kitchen. This is the dining room.
Oh, wow. You must have a really big house.
Not really. To be honest, it's all open plan, you know, combined kitchen/dining room. Yes, I'm just sitting the other way round today.
Oh. I've only got 3 rooms altogether, and one of those is the bathroom.
Oh, is it a flat?
Yes, it's a small Victorian conversion. It was a bit of a stretch, but it's all mine.
Oh. This is my parents' house. I moved back a few years ago. I look after my mum now. Dad's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What's that behind you there? There's that photo.
Oh.
Really nice, pretty.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was about 18 at the time. Yes, my parents got someone in to do it for us. I've changed quite a bit though.
You have. I meant the dog.
Oh, I thought you meant the other one.
Oh, also, that seems to be quite an interesting ornament underneath. Is that
A skull? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's Yorick.
Oh, I know this one. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well.
Horatio.
Yeah.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest and excellent fancy. Hamlet, Act 5, Scene 1.
Oh,
Oh, it's not mine.
it isn't.
No, it belongs to the museum. We're in the middle of a project.
Project.
Yes, I was in the middle of it, and I have around 40 skulls of Victorian murderers around. I was in the middle of an archive thing, and the lockdown happened, so I've had to spread them out across several rooms. That one is an axe murderer. Yeah, he killed about 23 of his customers by strangulation, I think. Well, not all at once, over several years. Happened to his pigs, apparently. Yeah, so anyway, as I say, spread them out across several rooms, but Mum's starting to talk to them. She thinks they're Dad.
Oh,
So I'm going to have to put them in the garage soon, I think, get them out of the way.
right.
Yeah.
Do you bring work like that home often with you?
Not really. Only if we're busy. I like to get ahead.
Is that a joke? The head.
Oh, no, unintentional.
Oh,
So, what's that in your background, behind the pizza box?
oh, that was last night's dinner. Sorry. Oh, that's a lightsaber. Not a normal one, obviously. Highly personalised, dual blade, naturally, and in the hilt, I've had my initials carved. Also, I've had extra sound effects put into it for super personalisation during deadly Jedi combat.
Wow, sounds great, Kirk. What's a lightsaber?
It's from Star Wars, you know, may the Force be with you.
Luke, I am your father.
Oh, I've never seen it, sorry.
I've never met anyone who hasn't seen Star Wars.
Well, we didn't really go to the cinema much. It was the theatre mainly. So do you actually get to use it then and have light sword fights?
Saber. No, it's far too expensive for that. I would probably get it damaged, and anyway, I don't actually know anybody to have a fight with. But if I did, I'd get a cheaper version from a toy shop and just make the noises.
So it's just an ornament then?
Yeah. I sometimes get it down and do the moves though.
The moves?
Yeah, like Darth Maul. He's the bad guy in it.
Oh. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand?
Shakespeare?
Yes, Macbeth, Act 2, Scene 1. He's kind of a bad guy with a sword.
No.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I've got an Amazon delivery. I totally forgot. Are we okay to talk again next time, yeah? Thanks, Kirk. Bye.
Yeah. Yes, please, Stevie.
Unless we satisfy the 5 tests, we must protect our NHS. We must see sustained falls in the death rate. We must see sustained and considerable falls in the rate of infection. We must sort out our challenges in getting enough PPE to the people who need it. And yes, it's a global problem, but we must fix it. And last, we must make sure that any measures we take do not force the reproduction rate of the disease, the R, back up over 1, so that we have the kind of exponential growth we were facing a few weeks ago. And to chart our progress and to avoid going back to square one, we're establishing a new COVID alert system run by a new joint biosecurity centre. And that COVID alert level will be determined primarily by R and the number of coronavirus cases, and in turn, that COVID alert level will tell us how tough we have to be in our social distancing measures. The lower the level, the fewer the measures, the higher the level, the tougher and stricter we will have to be. There will be 5 alert levels. Level 1 means the disease is no longer present in the UK, and level 5 is the most critical, the kind of situation we could have had if the NHS had been overwhelmed. Over the period of the lockdown, we've been in level 4, and it's thanks to your sacrifice we're now in a position to begin to move in steps to level 3, and as we go, everyone will have a role to play in keeping the R down.
Yes, you like that, don't you? Yes, you do. Yeah, I know you do. Yes, you do like that, don't you? Yes.
Delia?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kirk. I thought I was on mute still.
You all right?
Yes, it's just my cat, Hermione.
Oh, that's from Hogwarts, isn't it? Harry's friend.
No, it was Basildon, I think. A friend of my mum's had kittens. Ahmed was his name, I think. Yeah, Ahmed, not Harry.
Potter.
Accountant. Yeah, I'm sure that's right. Yeah. He, that's right.
No, the Harry Potter films, you know, Ron and Hermione.
Ah. Guess what, Kirk?
No idea what I'm talking about.
No, not at all. Actually, no, I would be lying if I said I hadn't heard of Harry Potter because I have an 8-year-old nephew, but I've never seen the films.
So, who's Hermione then? Is it Shakespeare again?
Yes, she's the daughter of the Emperor of Russia.
Oh, I've been to Russia.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I studied it for A-levels. I think I can remember some actually.
Very good. What does that mean?
It means I can't have any alcohol or mushrooms.
Why not?
Well, I was on a school trip, so I couldn't have any alcohol. And if I have mushrooms, I get a rash on my arm and my neck. and some other places too.
Right, okay. What was Russia like?
Well, I was studying Russian with computing, and I had all these grand plans of working for the British Secret Service and decoding Russian secrets. So, as a teenage boy, I was really hoping that we got to go to a military base. We went to a bakery, a museum, a train station, and then Gary Mackenzie broke his leg on a curb and we spent 2 days in a youth hostel, and then we came home, and it was my first and last visit. What about you? Have you been anywhere interesting?
Yes, I've been to Cairo a few years ago, you know, with my job.
Yeah, Cairo, really interesting.
Yeah, it was. I was sent to the Cairo Museum to help out with an exhibition that was happening here. Yeah.
What, mummies and stuff?
Yeah, there was some, lots of different things really. I spent 2 weeks looking at all the pieces, and then I made a list of all the pieces, all the items, making sure that they were then packed safely for the journey to come back to London. And then
So-
once we got back to London,
Yeah, but then-
unpacked it all, obviously using the list to make sure everything had come across safely and wasn't
And then
broken. And then we unpacked it. And then after the exhibition,
Yeah, but then...
checked the list again, make sure everything was there, popped it all back in nice and safely,
And
and we
we-
went back to Cairo. But there, it was all unpacked and checked against that list, but I didn't go back to Cairo because there wasn't the budget for that.
How was Cairo?
Very, very hot. I was in the museum most of the time, and I was on my own, so I didn't really want to go out in the evenings alone, you know, so I was in my hotel room most of the time. Oh, but I did get to see the pyramids. Oh, they were just magnificent, so big, amazing.
One of the last remaining wonders of the world.
Yeah.
Did you know they used to be totally covered in gold?
And yeah, obviously that's not there now, but I did know that. Yeah, can you imagine just how sparkly that would have looked in the sun?
Yeah, and did you know they used to have special doorbells on those pyramids?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, you'd just toot and come in.
Just toot.
Yeah, just toot and come in, toot and come in. Toot and come.
Oh, is that a joke?
Yeah,
Yeah.
perhaps not a very good one. They revered cats as gods, didn't they?
Yes, they did. I did know that. Yes, there was lots of cat statues and images in the collections. Yeah,
And I think Hermione's still a bit of a god in your house, isn't she?
I think you're right. Yes, I do. Yes. Oh, actually, Kirk, I think she's pestering me to feed her now. I think I should go, really.
Oh, okay. Well, we should decide if we want to meet again, I guess, as long as the gods are okay with that.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll just make sure I sort her out beforehand. You don't want to see my furry little friend every time, do you?
No, probably not. Probably best just the two of us, isn't it?
I'll make sure I fed her before the next call.
All right. See you soon then, Delia.
See you, Kirk. Bye-bye.
I'm keeping my distance. How many times have you left London during the lockdown this coming to me?
This government asking you, the people, the public, to do one thing, while senior people here in government do something else. Have we been asking you to make sacrifices to obey social distancing, stay at home, while some people have been basically flouting those rules and endangering lives? And it's because I take this matter so seriously, and frankly, it is so serious, that I can tell you today I've had extensive face-to-face conversations with Dominic Cummings, and I concluded that in travelling to find the right kind of childcare, at the moment when both he and his wife were about to be incapacitated by coronavirus, and when he had no alternative, I think he followed the instincts of every father and every parent, and I do not mark him down.
Hello, Kirk.
Hi, Delia.
How's your week been?
Oh, yeah, it's been quite interesting. I went to the office.
Oh, your place is open again.
Well, no, but my boss rang me and said, would I like to meet him for a socially distanced coffee, you know, face to face in the office. And I said, Yeah, sure. I needed to get out, and I was a bit scared for the sort of first 10 or 15 minutes, but it was all right. And I took my bicycle so that I didn't go on public transport.
And what happened?
Well, there wasn't anyone else around, really. It was quite quiet.
No, I mean in the meeting.
Oh, yeah, so it was bad and good. So bad because we've had to let some people go now, but good because I'm one of the ones who's staying. And he said to me he'd like me to take responsibility for some of the others, manage them.
Oh, that's great, Kirk. Well
Yeah,
done.
there's no more money at the minute because times are a bit tough, but it could be good for me.
That's great. And my place, the museum, is going to open up again in a couple of weeks.
Oh, cool.
But I don't have to go straight in if I don't want to. They can send stuff to me.
Oh, right. What's goals?
Oh, I hope not. Mum's got rather attached to one of the axe murderers.
Actually, Delia, I've sent you something in the private chat of this app.
Have you?
Yeah, it's at the bottom there. If you have a.
Oh, I've not used it. Do I just click on it?
Yeah, you just click on it, it should open up.
Okay.
So, you
Right.
see, I'd read that people who were dating online sometimes send special pictures to each other. So, I took that picture and I've sent it to you.
It's a bit slow. It's oh no, it's opening up. It's opening up now. Yes.
Can you see it yet?
No, it's a bit. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought you'd like it if I sent you something.
Well, I can't see. It's a bit small.
Well, you could enlarge it.
Oh, I can see where I do that. Okay.
Can you see it? I
Not
thought you'd like
really.
it.
I can't really say. It's a bit blurry now. No.
Can you see?
Is it a snail?
Well, that's very rude.
Kurt, I don't think we've been communicating.
It's a peony!
Oh my goodness, you're saying the
It's a
word as well.
watercolour, a flower. I drew it for you. It's lovely.
A peony. Yes, of course I can see that now. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I'm not very good yet. It's coming along nicely,
Yes,
though.
it's coming along very nicely. Yes.
You see, I was going to draw you Jabba the Hutt, but you wouldn't know who he was, so I thought lady, flower.
Yes, a flower is much better. I don't know Mr. the Hutt. Yeah.
Right. So there was something else as well, actually. So some of the rules are changing on people being able to meet up in coffee shops and parks. And I've enjoyed these chats, and I was wondering, whether maybe, if you felt okay about it, whether you'd like to maybe meet me for a coffee or something.
Oh, I don't know. I've not been out yet. I'm not sure if I'm brave enough yet.
No, of course. I meant if we were ready, that was all.
I suppose I could, couldn't I? Do you live anywhere near Jubilee Park?
I can cycle there in about 30 minutes.
All right, and I can walk there in about 15. We could go for a walk, couldn't we?
We could, couldn't we?
Are we being foolish, though?
Who is the bigger fool, the fool or the fool who follows him?
Is that Shakespeare?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, I haven't read any of his works.
Right. Shall we then?
I think we could, couldn't we? We could meet on Saturday. There's a cafe behind the bandstand in the corner, say around 10.
I'm sure I'll find it.
And I'll bring Mum and Yorick so she's got someone to talk to.
Oh, I thought it...
Joking!
Oh, and I'll bring you a picture that I draw and a DVD of Star Wars.
And I could bake some cupcakes and bring you a copy of a play.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to meeting you, Delia.
Yes, same here, Kirk.
See ya.
Bye. The miserable have no other medicine, but only hope. See you Saturday, Kirk.
Exactly right. As the rates of infection come down, and it's not the R for this, it's the number of infections in the community, the risk to people who are at higher risk, so the shielded, but also people who are in other vulnerable groups, is decreasing. And we will get to a stage, we hope relatively soon, where the absolute risk of people has got down to a low enough level, it will be possible in stages for people to leave shielding, but fully appreciate the very considerable constraints it's put on people and the very big burden of loneliness and other problems which have gone with it, which is the reason why, now that the peak has passed, we need to plot a path, I think, hopefully in the very near future, for people so that they can, Jay, like you and others, come out from the shielding, but still remain
Hello, Delia.
Oh, hello, Kirk. Nice to meet you finally. No, we can't do that. No social distancing. You have to sit at the end there.
I forgot. I got you these.
Oh, white lilies. I think they're normally for funerals, Kirk.
They are?
It's a lovely thought, though, but I wouldn't be able to take them anyway.
Why not?
I'd have to disinfect them, the guidelines.
Well, that would probably kill them.
Yeah.
I think they're all right. After all, I took them off the lady in the funeral flower shop.
Well, you can't be too careful, can you? I've even worn my mittens so I don't touch anything.
Oh, so I see. It is June, Delia.
I know, but you can't be too careful, can you? Is that a velvet jacket?
Yes, it is. So the charity shops have reopened, and I went in, and as luck would have it, they had this in my size. And so I thought, I'm going on a date, I'll dress up smartly.
Very dashing.
Thank you.
It's how I imagine Mercutio would have dressed. He's a character from Romeo and Juliet.
Not Romeo, then.
Oh no, he's much taller. But Mercutio is very clever and fun.
Oh, I'll take that. You look very pretty today, Delia.
Oh, thank you, Kirk. Does that mean I don't normally?
No, it's just that this is the first time I've seen you in high definition.
Yes. This is odd, isn't it?
It is a bit. I feel like I know you quite well already.
I've got you a present.
Ooh. What is it? Oh, A Midsummer Night's Dream.
One of his best.
Thank you. I got you something too.
Oh, is it a novel by Oberon Kenobi?
No. Better than that. It's a DVD of Star Wars.
Oh, just what I always wanted.
Not a normal one. It's his director's cut. It's a double DVD. And the second DVD has got lots and lots of behind-the-scenes footage of how they did all the special effects.
Oh, and like sword fights?
Saber. Yes, lots of those.
Thank you, Kirk. It's very kind of you. Just pop that in there. Oh, it's lovely to be able to meet in person finally in the fresh air, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's been strange, hasn't it, the last few months?
Yeah. But if it hadn't have happened, we wouldn't have met, would we?
No.
And that would have been a shame, Kirk.
Yes, it would, wouldn't it? Shall I get us a coffee? And then we can find out all about each other over a lovely canal walk.
Oh, that would be lovely, Kirk.
And you can tell me all about your mum and Hermione and whatever Midsummer Night's Dream is all about.
Happy to, Kirk. Oh, but before that, Kirk, I need to be honest with you. I should have told you sooner, and I don't want it to come between us in the future. And I do apologise. I feel very, very guilty about it, but I'm telling you now, and I should have told you sooner.
Did you kill Yorick?
The thing is, Kirk, I don't own a DVD player.
Most leisure facilities and tourist attractions will reopen if they can do so safely, including outdoor gyms and playgrounds, cinemas, museums, galleries, theme parks and arcades, as well as libraries, social clubs and community centres.
To queue for ages. Everyone's got to be 2 metres apart. The queue's going back down the park and out into the high street. These are the ones with vinegar on.
Okay, I'm in there.
Why?
Because of infections, Kirk. Other people have touched that.
I don't think it's a very dangerous
In the bag,
of crisps.
Kirk. I won't touch them otherwise.
Fine.
Don't touch them. And you.
Really?
Yes, really, Kirk. Come on, in the bag. There we go. Oh, wait, sweet! Hands before they go near your mouth. Honestly, Kirk.
Okay now?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Hmm?
These are the ones with vinegar on.
No, these have got vinegar.
Oh no! They put vinegar on both of them. I don't like vinegar on my
We'll
chips.
take them back.
Yeah, I will. There's probably a really big queue. I'll have these. I won't enjoy them though.
Oh, never mind. I've got some crisps here.
Oh, have you? What flavour?
Salt and vinegar.
Oh.
Joking. Plain or cheesy?
Plain please.
Are you looking forward to this film?
Yeah, it's nice to be out. These open air cinemas are a really good idea. They say there's going to be another lockdown soon though. This might be one of the last chances we get to be out. What did you get tickets for?
Casablanca.
I thought it was a Great Escape.
That's tomorrow. Tonight's Casablanca.
I like the Great Escape. I always think Steve McQueen is going to make it over that fence at the end to freedom. He never does. Actually, it's historically inaccurate. You see, he escapes from Stalag Luft 3, which is in Poland, and gets to the Swiss border and freedom. Steals a German motorbike to do it. It's not possible. It's over 609 miles. You've got a tiny tank of petrol. Good film though. You seen this one?
Lots of times. It's a great love story.
Also set in World War II. Also historically inaccurate. You see, in 1942 there were no Germans stationed in Casablanca because what was happening in the region. Yeah.
In the nicest way. I don't want to hear any historical facts or non-facts throughout the film. Can we just enjoy the story, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
It's just that the letters of transit, the central part of this plot, weren't a real thing. Because at the time, de Gaulle...
Kirk! No more facts. Just going to enjoy it.
No more World War II facts. Any more questions?
Louis, have your man go with Mr. Laszlo and take care of his luggage.
Certainly, Rick. Anything you say.
Find Mr. Leslow's luggage and put it on the plane.
Yes, sir. This way.
Ingrid Bergman is so beautiful in this film. And Humphrey Bogart, oh, he just makes my knees go all wobbly. He's so rugged.
You look like Ingrid Bergman a bit.
Do I?
Yeah, her nose.
Nose?
If you look at her, side on, see?
Is my nose that pointy then?
No, I've changed my mind. Yours is more pointy-uppy.
Is it?
It's still pretty though. Yeah. You've got her hat too.
I have got one like that. Yes, she does wear it well, doesn't she?
She does. I like Bogey's hat.
I so dreamy.
He's shorter than her.
Kirk, is this one of those facts I told you not to say anymore?
It's just that when you see them facing each other like that, he's standing on a box. He's shorter than me in real life.
Short but gorgeous.
If you don't mind, you fill in the names. That'll make it even more official.
You think of everything, don't you?
And the names are Mr. and Mrs. Victor Laszlo.
I love this bit in the bar. You see that piano player?
Kirk, stop it.
Okay. It's just not him playing.
Kirk, enough now, please. I just want to watch the rest in peace.
Play it once then, for all time's sake.
I don't know what you mean, Miss Elsa.
Play it then. Play as time goes by.
Well, I can't remember it, Miss Elsa. I'm a little rusty on it.
The end of this film is just gorgeous. It makes me go so weepy. It's so sad.
It's like they're escaping all of reality and running away from it all.
Yeah.
Where would you go? Anywhere in the world.
Oh, Verona. It's where Romeo and Juliet is set. It's so romantic. I'd live an idyllic life in the sun. Yeah. What about you?
Skywalker's home of Tatooine. So I could see the twin suns rise and set in the evening.
That's not a real place, is it, Kirk?
No. But I didn't have a thought through answer. No.
Someday you'll understand that. Now. He's looking at you, kid.
Come on, you. You can walk me back home. What is it?
That bit at the end. When they've got the hats and the coats.
Oh, what is it now, Kirk?
No. It's wet and it's foggy and it's cold in the airport.
So?
It's Morocco. It's boiling hot all year round.
Kirk, can I suggest next time we go out together, let's not see a film?
Oh, I had a really nice evening.
At 6 o'clock, as a big coronavirus vaccine breakthrough provides hope, Boris Johnson urges caution.
We've cleared one significant hurdle, but there are several more to go before we know the vaccine can be used.
Thanks for inviting me over, Delia. It's nice to see where you live finally.
Well, it's a bit chilly now for those walks in the park, isn't it?
Thank you. I'm glad we agreed to bubble up this time. I think I would have been quite lonely this lockdown.
Shakespeare invented the word lonely.
Is that right?
Yeah. Apparently, he invented over 400 words, including frugal, assassinate, bloody, and lonely.
I didn't know that. If he invented all these made-up new words, did anyone understand any of his plays?
Good question. Pass.
Anyway, All I was saying, it was nice to bubble up, that's all.
Yeah, it was a good idea, Kirk. Otherwise it would just be me and my mum. The rest of the family are too far away, really. And it's been nice having a conversation with someone who's not in her own head all the time. It's been quite hard, to be honest with you. She doesn't really understand what's going on, I think, what's happening at the moment. But hopefully she'll be able to have a vaccination soon. That will be a relief.
They say we're all going to be vaccinated soon, don't they?
Yes, no more masks, hands, face and space.
No more barcodes. Oh, no more booking before you go anywhere.
I cannot wait. Oh, and my museum will be open again.
Well, let's drink to that, shall we?
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's an unusually coloured T-shirt, Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Captain of what?
The Starship Enterprise. Beam me up, Scotty. There's Klingons on the starboard bow. It's worse than that, he's dead, Jim. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Nope, not a clue. Anyway, it's to go boldly.
What?
To go boldly, not to boldly go. You split your infinitive.
What?
Your grammar, it's not right.
Not my grammar. Gene Roddenberry, he wrote Star Trek. Very famous line. And this one. Live long and prosper, Delia.
Is that Buddhist?
Vulcan.
Oh, see, I could never do that. I like eggs and cheese too much.
I think that's vegan, Delia. Vulcans come from a Vulcan planet, I think. I did meet a vegan once.
Oh.
She said to me, "Do I know you?" And I said, "No," because I'd never met her before. Her before?
Yeah, you have. Is it a joke, Kirk?
Yeah, one of my better ones.
Really? Can I ask you a personal question, Kirk?
You do, of course you can.
It's about other girls.
Oh, there's no other girls. I scare them off with my bad jokes, my lightsabers and my split infinitives.
No, I mean girlfriends.
Oh, no. No, not for a very, very long time. It never worked out, really, for me. What about you? Have you ever been in love?
Yes, I have. I was 17. He was older, in his 20s. I adored him. His name was Richie, and he said I was the most beautiful girl in the world, the most wonderful person he'd ever met. Oh, I would have done anything he asked, anything. I gave him everything. I moved in with him. My parents said no, but I just went anyway. He tried to warn me, but what did they know, hey? He took over my life, Kirk. I see that now. He dressed me. He told me what to wear, what he liked me to wear for him, what clothes I looked pretty in, and I did. He told me who I could see, who I could speak to, and I did that too. And he told me what he'd like me to do for him, you know, in the bedroom, and I did that too. But then things changed. Slowly at first. He wasn't nice about things anymore. And he said I looked bad, trashy, and he accused me of seeing other men, and I wasn't. I wasn't, Kirk. He'd leave me alone in the evenings, and he'd come back smelling of beer and perfume. And he didn't ask me to do things for him anymore, Kirk. He just did them to me. And then he hit me. I phoned my parents, and my mum said my dad had words with Richie. He came to take me home, and I've never left home since.
I don't know what to say to you.
I saw Kirk a couple of years ago. No, your Kirk is mine. I saw Richie, and he was in the park with a young girlfriend, and she adored him. I could tell. And he looked me straight in the eye, and there wasn't a flicker of recognition. He looked straight through me.
I'm sorry that happened to you, Delia.
Thank you, Kurt. That's the first time anyone's touched me in months.
I'm sorry you had that experience, Delia.
It's okay. It's all in the past and all that, you know. Actually, Kirk, I've never said any of that out loud to anyone before. I feel better for doing so. I think I wanted to tell you, Kirk. I like you.
Not all men like that.
Oh, I know that. You're not. Have you ever had a Richie in your life?
No, just girls. I suppose there's only one girl I ever loved. Sharon Meggs.
Oh. To Sharon.
She was beautiful. Meggs the Legs, we called her. As a school, we were 15 or 16 at the time. I mean, she was stunning, stunning eyes, stunning hair, obviously stunning legs, great calf muscles. I used to sit near her so I could smell her. She smelled lovely.
Bit weird, Kirk.
It's my story.
Okay, carry on.
So this might come as a surprise. I was a bit of a nerd at school. A loner, an outsider. And she was this goddess. She was totally unattainable. All the boys fancied her. And then one day, she asked me out on a date. Just like that, out of the blue, Saturday night. Oh, I have no idea how scared and excited I was, didn't sleep that night. Kirk the jerk, going out with the goddess, Meggs the Legs. And I dressed up the way she wanted me to. I wore a dinner jacket and a bow tie. It was a little bit much for Pizza Hut. That was what she wanted. And I bought her flowers and chocolates too. Anyway, when I got there, they were all there. The cool kids gang. Sharon was there too. The guys had his arm around her.
Oh, Kirk.
And they all laughed at me. Kirk the jerk in his bow tie and his chocolates and flowers. I was right though, wasn't I? She was out of my league. Anyway, I ran into her too. A couple of years after school. She was just walking along the pavement, she was pushing a pram, just a toddler alongside her. She recognised me. We stopped and we had a chat, perfectly normal small talk too. Turns out she'd married one of the cool kids gang, Carol Gab or something. So I reminded her about Pizza Hut night. She had no recollection at all. She didn't remember a thing. I remember it though, Delia. And that was that, really. A couple of dates with girls I work with. Cinema. Nothing really went anywhere. And I met you.
So you've never actually been with a woman like that, I mean?
No. Never. It used to bother me when I was younger. Not now, though. Time passes.
Let's dance.
Oh, I don't know how to dance.
Oh, come on, Kirk, don't be boring. Oh, I love this song. Dance with me, Kirk.
I don't know how.
Oh, come here, I'll show you. Kirk,
Yeah?
do you want to stay here tonight?
Oh, I haven't got my toothbrush or my pyjamas.
You won't need your pyjamas.
Are you saying no social distancing?
No social distancing.
Yes, please, Delia. If you're sure.
Yes, yes.
Year-old Margaret Keenan, well, she'll go down in history. She's become the first person in the world to receive the Pfizer vaccine against COVID-19 outside trial conditions. These pictures are coming into us live now. I beg your pardon, we're coming into us now. This was actually about 25-30 minutes ago as she took that first injection. She's at the University Hospital in Coventry, that's in the English Midlands. The British Prime Minister Boris Johnson's called this a huge step forward in the fight against COVID-19. It has led to the deaths of more than 60,000 people across the UK, and the majority of those are the elderly, which is why the priority is very much focused on those elder citizens in the United Kingdom. Yeah, quite a moment. A round of applause. Margaret takes.
Hello, Delia.
Hello, Kirk. Are you okay? Only you left so quickly. We've not really talked about what happened.
Yeah? No, I don't know. I feel like I spoiled what should have been a special moment.
Oh, no, it wasn't your fault, Kirk. It just wasn't ideal, that's all.
It was awful.
No, Kirk, it just didn't go to plan, that's all. It was a lovely time up until then. You enjoyed yourself up until that point, didn't you?
I won't lie to you, Delia. I didn't like the handcuffs at all.
Oh, Kirk, I must admit you did look funny in them, though.
It was humiliating, Delia. Trapped like that in my birthday suit.
They belong to Houdini.
You said that.
But I don't understand why you were fiddling with them in the first place. They're part of the museum's Stage and Magic Artifacts collection.
I know you said that too.
Actually, you're very lucky.
Lucky?
Yes, lucky. If I hadn't found the key, we've had to have called the fire brigade to cut you loose. And they're probably priceless and it could have been very expensive.
Oh, I'm sorry, Delia.
So, just what exactly happened?
Well, you know when we went up to your bedroom and we were all romantic?
Yes.
Well, then I went to the bathroom at the end of the corridor upstairs just to sort of slip out the last of my clothes, and I needed to go to the toilet. I was very nervous.
Yes.
Well, on the way back, I saw that plinth with the handcuffs on it in the corridor. And I don't know, I just thought it seemed like a good idea at the time to slip my wrists into it. And it locked shut. And I tried to wriggle free, but I was trapped there, and I knew your mum was asleep, so I didn't want to make a fuss in order to get your attention.
So that's when you started whistling?
It was all I could think of.
And that's when my cat Hermione came along.
Well, she doesn't like me at all. She's made a terrible mess of my private areas.
Oh, God.
Oh no, Delia, my buttocks look like someone's gone at them with a cheese grater. I've been able to ride my bicycle all week.
She has never done that before, I swear.
Well, how many men have you had trapped in your upstairs corridor naked?
You are the only one, I assure you. So is that when you shouted for help?
I needed to get your attention. She'd got up a head of steam by then. Oh, well, why did it take you so long to find the key?
Oh, I came as quickly as I could, and more damage was averted.
Thankfully. Oh.
It took a little bit of time to find the keys. You know, they were in a bigger box of smaller items that the museum had sent across, and it wasn't that long. Don't exaggerate.
Long enough for your mum to come out of her bedroom and look at me. I thought her eyes were going to pop out of her head.
She has talked of little else all week.
And she started comparing me to your dad quite graphically, I must say.
I'm so sorry, she doesn't know herself some days.
More worryingly, your Uncle George too.
Really? I really must ask her about that.
Well, it's just as well you came along when you did, to be honest, Delia, because she started singing a very, very rude song about Wee Willie winking.
And there was me thinking you'd run off and left me in my room, all alone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Delia.
No, it's okay, I had a couple of glasses of wine. Maybe it just wasn't supposed to happen.
No, maybe not.
Look, Kirk, I've been thinking about things, about us, you and me.
Uh-oh.
The thing is, I really like you, obviously, from the other night, but I don't want to give you the wrong impression either. I have to look after my mum, and I'm not sure if I've got enough room for a full-time relationship, and I don't want you to get your hopes up because of the other day. So I really, really like you, and I want to keep seeing you, but not like that, but as a friend, a good friend, and maybe one day in the future we could be more, you know, when Mum's a bit better, but not now. Is any of that making sense?
Yeah, I understand. It's fine. I'm just sorry it didn't work out a bit better. I'm also sorry that I got locked upstairs naked in handcuffs in front of your mother. But you're probably right. It's probably for the best. Actually, you've helped me a little bit with a problem I've been wrestling with.
Oh.
Yeah. You know that job I got offered during lockdown?
Yeah.
Well, now that things are going back to normal, they've asked me if I'd consider moving near a head office.
Which is
in Gibraltar. There's a lot of gambling companies there apparently for tax reasons.
Oh.
I mean, I could do the job from here, what with the internet and everything, but, well, since you feel like that, and what with your mum, maybe I should go to Spain for a bit.
But the thing is, Kirk, I was thinking that maybe in the future we could make something, you know, to sort of see how we go.
Yeah, in the future, yeah. Not right now, you think, though? Well, you're probably right. And it is quite warm in Spain, and, as it turns out, they have a lot of comic conventions there. And they shot quite a few of the scenes for Star Wars there, so I could go and visit. And they've got monkeys there. I like monkeys.
That sounds great, Kirk. I guess I'm pleased for you. It's just... It's nice to have a friend around, you know, and I don't have many, or any in fact.
Delia.
Yes?
I'm your friend. It's just this is a really good opportunity for me, and you're a bit torn right now, and look, I'll be home every so often anyway.
Yeah, and we can meet then, can't we?
Of course we can, and there's always Zoom, isn't there?
Yeah, of course.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, Delia. That's really useful. I'm going to accept right now. I'm going to ring them up. I'm going to start packing right now. I'm quite excited. Thanks for that, Delia. Thanks. I'll see you soon, yeah?
Yeah, really
Bye.
soon, I hope, Kirk.
Yeah, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Wait, Kirk.
Yes?
May the force be with you, Kirk.
And also with you, Delia. Thank you.
See you, Kirk.
Bye, Delia.
Never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
Love struck Romeo, since